Hola, hola, hola. I am back again with Collision. I did a watch along earlier where I'm watching the show, and I guess people are listening to me and what I'm saying about the show, whatever. Pretty much watch alongs are when you watch something and someone else are usually watching that same thing, and you kind of don't feel like you're watching by yourself. I normally watch straight up wrestling. They have their watch alongs they do with WWE and AEW, so I'm usually watching them, but they weren't on. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to watch by myself. So I decided to, put a live on and have people commenting. So it made me feel like I'm not watching alone. But I do plan on doing this again for Full Gear. Someone did ask about if I could do it. And I'm like, you know what, that's actually a pretty good idea. A lot of people don't get a chance to watch the pay-per-views and probably won't mind listening to me going crazy while watching the pay-per-view. So I'll definitely be back with Full Gear. I did mention that I have a live that I'm going to be doing with some other wrestling fans. Is for a podcast, and it's for the channel called Wrestle Bomb. So that's going to be really interesting, and I am so excited. I was nervous about it, so that was real talk why I did the live earlier, because I kind of just wanted to break that feeling of me not being ever being on live, especially on camera. So that was what I thought would be the best way to go about it. But yeah. So now I feel much better, and I don't think I have anything to worry, but I know there's going to be hundreds of people watching. So that makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm definitely excited for an opportunity like that. Now, um, I did cover some things earlier about Ring of Honor, so go check that out. Also did my Rampage review as well. I talked a little bit in the beginning about how I went to an indie show on Friday. It was really cool, and I got a chance to meet Brian Keith. He was so awesome, and I also kept thinking like, damn man, this guy is so fine, like up close and personal. And I kept thinking, Tati, don't give those puppy eyes, because I do this thing like when I want something, I just give those eyes, and I get it. And I think I did that for a little bit, but I snapped out of it or whatever. But it was an awesome experience, and I haven't been in an indie show for a while, so it was great to do that. There's a lot of things that I want to do with my channel, and a lot of opportunities. So I do have people who are hitting me up and want to do things and whatnot. I got a review that I'm going to be doing with another YouTuber for their podcast. Tomorrow, so that's going to be great too. It's not live, but when she posts it, I'll post it so you guys can take a watch at that too. And then, like I said, I'll be live on Tuesday for another podcast, and y'all can join that. Show your girl some love over there. I'm so excited for that. But since I did the watch along for Collision, I just wanted to come back and just pretty much recap what happened. I think I could sleep a little bit easier if I do that, because I'm so into the routine of doing these reviews. So without further ado, let's do hopefully a quick recap on what happened on Collision tonight. Okay, you guys, first match of the night, we did have Andrade El Idolo versus Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia actually challenged Andrade, saying that he's someone that he respects and someone he wanted to go in the ring with. So they do have a really awesome match. I think this was match of the night for me. Andrade has been consistent with providing bangers every time he's on Collision. I have not yet felt any disappointment with him since he's returned to AEW. Surprise, surprise, he has CJ Perry ringside with him. So someone got a new manager, and someone also has a death wish. Miro was backstage watching and obviously not happy about this. And, he did say to CJ that whoever you're going to be managing, I'm going to make their lives a living hell. And we got a chance to see him do that with Action Andretti. And Action Andretti, they weren't even together in terms of her being his manager. So what will he do to Andrade? That's going to be really interesting. But like I said, match of the night, Andrade takes the win with a figure eight. And I like that he's doing the figure eight. I don't know. I don't care if it's that's something that Charlotte does or whatever. It's his thing too. I enjoy it. Daniel Garcia, I'm pretty sure by the time the match was over, he wished that he never called out Andrade for this match. But hey, experience is experience, and we got a really great match out of it. Daniel is definitely improving, and I want to see some more stuff with him. However, I do believe that with this is definitely cooking something between Miro and Andrade. I hope it's not going to be at Full Gear because I think it's going to be a little bit too soon. We'll let us see a storyline actually play out with this. So hopefully we get to see this a little bit in the future. Maybe they could save it for next month at, what's the name of that new pay-per-view? World's End? Yeah. Up next, we had Nick Wayne versus Dalton Castle. This felt really, really random, but it is what it is. Father of the Year Christian came out with his sons, and they were ringside. And we also had Dalton Castle with the boys. The boys are ringside. Very early on, Dalton is all over this or whatnot. And obviously, with Christian and Luchasaurus being ringside, we already knew that some foolishness was going to go on. And Luchasaurus tried to get involved into this match physically. The boys, they tried to stop him, but they got choke slammed. No surprise there. And then we also had some more distraction with Christian. And with those distractions, that ended up, being enough to help Nick Wayne capitalize and take the win here. Now, like I said, this is a little bit random to put these two together. And I'm really kind of surprised that Nick Wayne, of all people, would beat Dalton Castle. Nick Wayne's okay, not all that to me. He's only 18. He's still got some work to do. We have Dalton Castle, who is going for the Ring of Honor world title next week, and it's not looking good. Him taking quite a few losses before going into that match. I don't know. Either way, match was okay. Nothing too special to see here. Up next, we have Adam Page doing probably his best promo that I've ever seen him do. He has a match with Swerve Strickland, so this is going to be part 2 of this saga between the two of them, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Now, he does a really great promo, and basically he's upset that he could have been defending the titles, the 6-man titles, probably at Full Gear or whatever, and instead he has to go back in the ring with Swerve Strickland, and everything got personal when Swerve broke into his home, and he says that they're going to have a Texas death match, so that's going to be really interesting. I'm glad that they put some type of stipulation in this because that will make the card feel a little bit more better this way. Now, he also tells Swerve that he's not going to make it alive, and that every November, every year, he and his son is going to go visit Swerve's grave, and he's going to watch his son piss on his grave. And when he said that, I was like, damn, Adam, this is the type of shit I've been waiting to hear from you for quite some time. And I'm kind of hoping, even though I'm not a fan of his, I hope that he does end up winning that match because he absolutely needs this. Swerve has really looked great in this feud. These past few weeks, he's been looking like the perfect heel. And Adam Page, I do believe he needs to get some type of leverage in this as well. So if he did take the win, that would be great from him. Really, really great promo. I really felt that all up in here. Up next, we had the Workhorsemen versus La Facción Ingobernables. And we already had Jalisco and Roosh with this one. So they have a really great match, but I did kind of expect, well, I was hoping a little bit more from the Workhorsemen. I know LFI just got back after being gone for quite some time, and they want them to look really, really good. So I knew that they were going to take the win here, but the Workhorsemen, they are workhorsemen, and they work really, really hard, and I really feel like they could have looked a little bit better here in this match. Now, the obvious, LFI takes the win, and after that match, we do have House of Black on a big screen, and they want to go against LFI as well. So they want the tag team championships. And I'm like, okay, what does got to do with LFI? They don't got the gold. But then they end up announcing that we're going to see 4 teams for the tag team championship. So we're going to have the champions, obviously, Ricky and Big Bill versus Malachi and Brody King. We're also going to see Roosh and Jalisco, and then we're also going to get FTR. And I was just like, holy crap, I don't know who came up with this, but this is going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. But I'm not going to lie, I kind of don't want to see Ricky and Big Bill lose the titles yet because they're going against a lot of big names here. So we'll see what happens with that. But we also hear from Julia as well. She wants to go against Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander for the TBS championship. Once again, she's going to go against Willow, and if she beats Willow tonight, then she'll get her opportunity for the TBS title. And I like the fact that this girl knows what she wants. She wants to get back in the ring with her, and I'm cool with her winning that match with Willow if that means she's going to take the title away from Chris Statlander, and I hope that's the case. Right after that, we have Chris and Willow backstage. Chris wishes that, she don't even give uh, Julia any opportunity for the gold again. She much rather go against her friend Willow and give her an opportunity for the TBS title. Now, right after that, we have our homie, Roderick Strong, who comes out in his wheelchair still with the Kingdom. He's having a match with Darius Martin. This was announced last night on Rampage. Now he comes out there and he is looking like he can't walk or move or anything, but he finally gets the courage to get off that wheelchair and he gets in there and he has a really, really good match with Darius. And normally I'm not a fan of Darius' solo work, but he's actually impressed me with this match. And about a week ago, he had a match with Lee Moriarty on Ring of Honor, and it was actually really, really good. And so he's improving for sure. Now, I'm looking at this match and I'm just like, Roderick, you're not fooling nobody. You've never fooled me when it comes to this fake injury. But he did so well here, and I'm just like, wow, he looks great. I had just realized he had a mustache yesterday. I don't know. Is this something new? Whatever. But he looks good here after not seeing him in the ring for months now. He does take the win here. But Darius looks good. Now, after the match, he is the second he won, he's already holding on to his neck. He's in pain and everything. And the Kingdom come running over with the neck brace and they put it on and help him get onto his wheelchair. They get back in the ring and they start whooping on Darius. Now, I'm just like, Darius, where's your friends? Where are everybody you know and love? Why aren't they helping you? And then here comes Action Andretti. He comes out there and helps his bestie. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see some type of tag team match with them in the Kingdom again. They did have a match at Ring of Honor earlier this year that was absolutely amazing. So I would like to see them do something again. Either way, Roderick looked really, really great here in this match, and so did Darius. Definitely should watch. Now we're back, and our homie TK is there with Brian Danielson. Brian has his eye all bandaged up or whatever. He broke his orbital bone like 2 weeks ago in a match with Andrade El Idolo. So it was not with either Okada or Orange Cassidy. That was added in for storyline purposes. But that was the previous show that he had did when he had wrestled with Andrade. So he had broke it on that Collision, not on Dynamite. Anywho, they're talking about the whole all-in tickets. I can care less. Even if I was going, I still wouldn't care. The tickets go on sale December 1st for anyone who actually wants to go. Right after that, they announced something called the Continental Classic, which is a tournament. They will have 12 wrestlers, and they'll be having a series of matches for 6 weeks, leading to the World's End pay-per-view. The winner of that tournament will be crowned at the World's End pay-per-view, and Brian Danielson has been announced to be the first participant in that tournament. And I'm just like, isn't your face broken? What's going on here? Brian says he'll be healed up by then and ready to go. I'm nervous for him because he's not. I feel like, I mean, I can't speak for him, but it's like he doesn't have enough time to truly get himself healed up. Especially what we saw with the broken arm and Forbidden Door. He seemed to have come back so quick. And when he came back, he was having banger after banger and just putting his body through a lot. And then here comes this, orbital bone fracture that he has in his face. I don't really know what the heal time for something like that is, but it still seems a little bit soon. They did announce when the very first day was going to come. I didn't catch that, but it's 6 weeks before the actual pay-per-view, which is going to be December 30th. If you ask me, Brian, stay home, love on your children, and come back, another time. Up next, we have Willow Nightingale versus Julia. If Julia wins, she gets to face Chris Statlander for the TBS title at Full Gear. They have a pretty good match. We have Brody Lee, who is ringside, basically playing manager. And I do think that's interesting because we normally see men, in the ring, and the women are ringside with them. So it's a good thing to see Brody out there, basically being a manager and also a bodyguard for Julia. And I think they look cute together. So I'm cool with that. Now we do get some really great stuff from both of these girls, and I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like with Collision, they can add another women's match on there, and I don't see why they don't do that. Um, it is what it is. But the match that we got here, I do think was great enough. And actually, I was pulling for Julia. I wanted Julia to win because I would like for her to get that opportunity to actually hold the TBS title. Chris Statlander, she's great or whatever. She's done better these past few weeks in comparison to her whole title reign. But I don't know. I'm kind of bored with her. And I think Julia would do something interesting with that title. So I would like to see that. Julia does take the win. She hits Willow with a lariat and then goes for a moonsault. And that she kept trying to go for a moonsault, and she finally was able to hit it that third time, and she took the win with that. So now we're going to see Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart. But it's actually going to be a triple threat match. So there's one more match to determine the last person in this match, which is going to be Red Velvet versus Sky Blue. I think it's really apparent that it's going to be Sky Blue to get into this situation. But I was saying that I do think that it would be really cool if Willow Nightingale were to be the one to turn on Chris Statlander or whatnot and join Julia, because it's something that we're not expecting. Everybody's expecting Sky Blue to be the one to turn heel. And if it were to just be Willow, I think that would make things super interesting. So I hope that's what they do with this. But that match, I do believe should be on Dynamite. So we'll be able to determine who is going to be in that triple threat match. But great job to Willow Nightingale and Julia. They are representing for the ladies. Now we have Lexi with the tag champions, and they're saying that they don't have to give anybody a title shot at Full Gear. They don't even have to show up if they don't want to. However, Lexi let them know that Tony Khan put the pen on the paper and made it official. So you guys are defending the titles at Full Gear. And I'm so excited to actually see this match. I'm expecting some good ass shit with this. I just don't want Big Bill and Ricky to lose the title yet. So it's going to have to be them outsmarting everyone else so they can take the win. Now, after that, we have our homie Powerhouse Hobbs. He's going against God knows who it was, some local talent. Didn't even say his name. We have Paul White on commentary, and I actually do enjoy him on commentary. He used to do it for Dark Elevation, and sometimes he'll pop up here and there on Rampage too. So I like him on commentary. He's gonna be part of the street fight with Chris Jericho team versus Uncle Don's team, and Uncle Don and Kyle Fletcher, they're out there supporting Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs obviously have a squash match, and I knew it. I was like, I'm not sure what's coming on next, but it seems like a squash match is coming on. And here comes Powerhouse Hobbs doing what he always do, and I'm just like, no, let's not do this with Hobbs. We gotta do better with him. And unfortunately, he's back to doing squash matches. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Now, during this very short match, he's taunting Paul, who's on commentary. He's like, you see what I'm doing? You see how great I am? That's what you used to be. And I was just like, oh shit, shots fired. I feel you on that. Now, he takes a win, obviously, and Uncle Don gets on the mic and he's like, look, you already know Chris Jericho is a fucking narcissist. Just while you can, before that match, just get yourself out of it. You know Chris Jericho is going to end up backstabbing you at some point. So why don't you just not join the team? Now, Paul White is just looking at them like, bitch, get out of my face. I'm not listening to you right now. And here we have Hobbs is taunting him. And Powerhouse Hobbs looks like he's ready to fight. And here is Don Callis telling him to, put the paws on Paul White, and they standing up. And that's when I'm just like, when Paul gets up, he is just like way over here, and Hobbs is like here. And I'm just like, whoa. I didn't even realize you were that short. Now, they have a stare down or whatever, and they end up kind of messing up the announce table, but nobody put their hands on each other. Hobbs is like, you know what? I'm going to wait till Wednesday to get my hands on you. I don't want to be bothered with you now. Great moment here between the two of them, but the match, waste of time. Main event time, we have Lance Archer and the Righteous, joined by Jake the Snake Roberts, versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland. This was a fun main event. I have to say though, like Darby looked really messed up. He got this thing across his body where it's supposed to help support his shoulder. He looks a fucking mess. Once again, he's wearing the face paint. He does always wear the face paint, yes, but he got that hideous tattoo that I think that is just ridiculous. So if you've never seen it, like towards the match, towards the end of the match, the paint smudges off, so you get a chance to see the tattoo. If you've never seen it, just Google it. I don't know, it's ridiculous. But anyway, they have a really great match. We have Adam and Dutch that end up starting the match. And it was very, very brief before Darby actually got into it. Now, throughout this match, I just kept thinking, like, um, you know, the Righteous and Lance, they look like a really great team. They looked the part. And I do think that they had chemistry. And what really helped with the chemistry is that Dutch and Vincent are already a tag team together. And then Lance Archer just brought another monster to the team. So that made things feel a little bit better. So I'm hoping we get a chance to keep seeing them as a trios, especially with someone like Jake the Snake Roberts, who can help them perfect some, psychology in their matches and in their promos. That's gonna be like a match made in heaven if AEW does this right and not fuck it up. Now, they keep Sting ass in the ring for the longest. As soon as he got tied, then he was there for a good majority of this match, and they kept teasing Sting going to Adam Copeland. And just when it seems like he's gonna go to tag Adam, he tags Darby instead. Nobody wants to see Darby. He's all bandaged up and everything. He could just stay over there and rest for a little bit. Now Darby comes in and it's just like, oh my god, just bring Adam in here. Like I'm over it. I love Darby, but you know, he does the most to me sometimes. We finally get Adam to come into the ring, and things start getting interesting. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, Christian's going to come out at some point. But surprise, surprise, they do not come out during this match. And we do have Sting's team end up taking the win. Adam hits a spear, I believe, onto Vincent, and they took the win. Really fun match here, and it was great to see Sting, Darby, and Adam as a trios. A little bit of a taste of what we're gonna get at Full Gear. It was great. After that, we do have Father of the Year Christian, who does come out with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne, but they don't want no trouble, so they stay at the ramp and they're just staring down their future teammates, and it's gonna get really, really interesting. I was hoping for something a little bit more explosive, so hopefully we get this chance to see something with these guys next week. I want to see a little bit something crazy before the actual pay-per-view. Either way, great night with Collision. It was fun. I enjoyed it. If you want to see my watch along and watch me for 2 hours talking and stuff, go ahead and watch that. I don't have any problem with that. I could use your guys' support anyway. But if you just want to watch this review, that's cool too. So I will be back on Wednesday with Dynamite, but I will be doing a live on Tuesday, so I will share that link. So anybody who's interested in seeing me again can watch that there. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll see you soon. Bye.